Look at her, it's like the moon is shining on her bright.
She is the moon.
Actually, oh, wow.
Just being prepared in advance always helps you out.
Basically, on my history class was basically a Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie.
You must express yourself whenever you feel it's absolutely like necessary.
Nothing more important than love.
Nothing more important than love.
Love is an approach.
If you're pointing out something that you don't like, you don't put them down.
Laban therapy is a movement in acting.
भाई मेरे दोस्तों, whenever we talk about unity, we talk about love, we talk about a lot of other things, but वो जो division होता है वो अलग अलग जगह पे होता है. कोई ताज हो, कोई crown हो, anything which is actually luring, you always want to talk about divisions because वो greed तो आ ही जाता है. लेकिन यहाँ पे कोई greed सिर्फ एक ही reason के लिए, वो ये कि they want to get a lot of love from you people regarding their upcoming project Taj divided by blood. So वहाँ पे division नहीं है, वहाँ पे सिर्फ unity है. Can we please clap, guys?
Clap for Taj.
जोर से.
Let's clap for ourselves.
Yes,
Let's
please.
clap for ourselves.
और जोर से. Competition बना देते चलो इसको. Look, he's already won.
Thank you.
He always wins everything.
That's my first win of the day.
First win of the day. अच्छा, so you've been losing so far.
तो सारे यही लेके जा रहे हैं.
ये बनता भी है, भाई का भी पहला वाला
debut.
You should always
We're letting you win, bro.
Thanks, guys.
extra love for the new kiddo on the
So
block.
generous.
Yeah, but मुझे बताओ. You want to say something? नहीं, please बताओ आपका debut.
Ashim Gulati, we miss you.
आशिम गुलाटी भी मिस. हाँ, जाना था उनको कहीं क्या कर सकते हैं. But tell me something. When we talk about family, clan, background and everything, there comes this unity as well. But ये चीज़ बहुत common. It's not just about the royal family या कुछ. Whenever we talk about a joint, huge family, differences in opinion is something which is very normal. ठीक है? But एक कहावत है कि मतभेद हो सकता है, but मनभेद नहीं होना चाहिए. That is what I think is the way.
There can be a difference in opinion, but
not difference in terms of love or understanding towards each other. मुझे ये बताओ कि in real life as well, of course, you might have some contemplating issues like this within your family members as well, where you perhaps want to keep your point, want to feel justified, but at the same time ensure that you're not rubbing anyone's ego the wrong way. How difficult is it within the family for you guys? Individually, क्या लगता है in terms of being past experience?
Firstly, that's a very beautiful question, I have to say.
Arey, thank you, man.
And it's a different question. We haven't gotten that one.
Yeah.
Love it.
So thank you.
I think for people who, for whom the truth is important, because some people who can just brush it aside or say, we'll deal with it or whatever. But for certain people, it's very important to be able to say what they think. Like quite often, I need to do that. But I always feel that for the person in front of you to receive it, you have to say it with kindness, not to put them down.
Correct.
But to so if you're pointing out something that you don't like, you don't put them down. You say it to them in a way that they understand what it is that is bothering you, so that together you can make it better.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's with a parent or with your grandparents, sisters, brothers, partners, whatever, anybody. I think that's how I deal with it.
Communicate.
But it's very difficult. Yeah, communication, I think, and the way you communicate is really important.
I think,
But I've realized, however mild I might be, I can't not say it if something is bothering me.
Because I think that it's better if you vent it out and take it out rather than keep it in your mind.
I hate that,
Assumption is very wrong,
it's like a wound otherwise, and it keeps festering. Yeah, I don't like that. I like to be able to say it, but I'll say it nice.
What about you guys and your opinions?
So till about a couple of years ago, I guess, I had a very different mindset. I used to feel that you have to voice everything and you cannot compromise on who you are. And at any given point, even if it hurts someone or upsets them, you have to put your point across because it should not bother you. But now I'm at a very different stage. There's a huge age gap between me and my mom. She's 65 years old. So I somehow at 29 now feel that I have to also understand the kind of life that someone has lived and be very objective about it instead of always trying to sort of showcase that, oh, look at me and this is what I believe in. Sometimes it's also you want to know what they believe in, why they believe in those things. They have perhaps not had a moment to evaluate their life objectively because they were so busy doing their thing, so now I have this thing where I can have a conversation with myself and sort of make my peace with it and accept it in a way instead of always doing it. You must express yourself whenever you feel it's absolutely necessary. But a lot of things I sort of work around in my own thing so that I don't basically have to have a turbulent relationship with someone I love.
वो सब तो ठीक है, बट अपनी एज को लेके झूठ क्यों कहा आपने? 29 बताया, आपका तो 9 साल उम्र है, you just arrived ना in the scene. You look like that चिकना एकदम like that. He's looking very young and एकदम, ये तो क्या बोल रहे हो? 29 में कुछ 9 साल के हो आप ऐसे?
आज से झूठ बोलूँगा.
His baby brother.
Baby brother. Extra attention बनता है इसलिए. आपका point क्या है regarding this?
I guess after my teenage years, around that time, it was always very rebellious, and so you wanted to put your thing across. You're like, no, I am right, you are wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. I know, we know. And I guess just as life progresses and you have more life experiences, and you understand the complexities of life, I think I somewhere in my life, I think I've lacked empathy. Also, I just recently, actually in the last interview, I said that I've always wished I had a sister so that I could understand women a bit better. I have a brother, I'm from Dubai. It's mostly a guy thing. You don't have girls as friends. You don't hang out with girls as much. Only when I came to India did I actually see all that happen. Right? Otherwise, it was all just men, testosterone all the time. So in that scenario, you kind of don't completely understand the women, sometimes their perspective and how they see the world, and how complex as a creature they are in general. So I think then after I understood that just putting my point across makes no sense. So my father once told me that understand before being understood.
Very good.
So well put.
Impressive.
Right. So that I think I've abided by that. And I try my best. I slip at times. I mean, of course, sometimes I've been short-tempered before, so I say things. But I'm like a volatile child. Sometimes not now, but sometimes my thing would just go up. But in like 2 minutes, it would just go down, and I would be like, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. And people who know me will understand that. Then they start laughing at me whenever I get angry, right? But because now they know that this guy's going to calm down. Okay, chalo, theek hai.
But कोई बात नहीं, आपका दुबई में जो female attention miss हो गया, इंडिया में मिल ही जाता है ना भर-भर के अच्छे से.
I mean, for me, it's the right now it's the love, man. I mean, I wanted all that attention before, but right now it's for me it's about respect for the diligence of my work, and that's what I want. I don't want attention. I want them not because I'm a pretty boy or something. I don't want that at all. What I want is that this guy works hard. He puts in his 100% 24 hours of the day. And if I get respected for that, that's
वो respect तो आएगा ही, but अगर जो चीज आपने बोला नहीं चाहिए वो भी अगर आ रहा है.
But he is also a pretty boy.
Of course, he's also. That's not the main thing.
There are multiple facets to Taha Shah.
Multiple facets to his personality. अलग से अगर बताए तो, you're playing anarkali over here. मैं कुछ Twitter में देख रहा था after I think the video came out. Lot of threads and comments actually say कि Aditi Rao Hydari is the perfect cast for anarkali because she actually looks like one.
I agree. I agree.
So
मैं बहुत खुश हुआ था जब मैंने पहली बार सुना था. आशिफ ने बताया था
like royalty, bro.
Look at her. It's like the moon is shining on her bright.
She is the moon.
Actually, I love Nasir sir more than anyone in the whole show.
Yeah.
But I cannot tell you how happy I felt when I found out that she's an anarkali.
Yeah.
Because I was like, इन्होंने spot on. Because मैंने जब script पढ़ी थी ना,
मैं genuinely I can show it to you after the chat.
I'm not faking this. Listen, I'm not faking this for the camera.
I've seen the trailer. I've seen the Twitter comment threads as well.
But yeah,
right, no, like I mean, I guess we've always imagined anarkali to be this
I think they're just
prized beauty.
नहीं,
And I've seen
वो biased होंगे, मैं कहाँ से biased हूँ? मैं तो genuinely
अब क्यों biased होंगे? अब तो shoot कर लिया.
That's also
Correct. But no, in generally not just beauty. I mean, that is, I guess, her parents given.
Yeah.
Not in her hands. But for the performer, that's in her hands.
I think elegance is what.
The elegance, the
And
voice,
also
the
very
classiness.
graceful. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
She
I love her
bio.
I love her bio on her Instagram. It says, in a world of Kardashians, be an Audrey Hepburn. And I think that's fire.
ये बंदा एकदम अच्छे से रिसर्च करके आया है.
मैं full मस्का पाव सब लेके जाता
मस्का पाव, चीज, मेयोनीज सब लगा के रखे हैं यहाँ पे भर के स्टॉक पड़ा है इनके पास. Everything is being applied.
But that's so true, yaar. In a world of influencers, like she's a heroine.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said elegance. You can be
guys.
You can be मतलब
you're
very humble that way. We know that. But चलो कोई बात नहीं. थोड़े एक moment के लिए ले लो अच्छे से. अच्छा लगता है.
I'm feeling very good. Thank you.
But I mentioned this thing right now because Anarkali as a character is someone that we naturally feel is synonymous to beauty and charm and elegance. of course you have to put in your parts in terms of characteristics and elements, but I'm pretty sure at the same time being naturally beautiful helps that as well. So but at the same time when you're performing out there, you also want to ensure that just because you're beautiful, it doesn't look like that चलो मैं दिखती अच्छी हूँ इसलिए अनारकली कर लिया, वैसा नहीं लगना चाहिए. Actually also goddamn performed, वो भी लगना चाहिए.
Yeah, honestly, no amount of beauty is going to help you if you are a horrendous human being, you know? And I think what makes Anarkali really lasting in her beauty is her heart. And the fact that it was so solid and she was so loyal and so fearless. I mean, look at the punishment she got.
Yeah.
I mean, you need nerves of steel and determination to be able to take that and to stand by her love and like face anything that came her way, and you know, and to accept the love and be loyal, and that, I think that's what really truly makes her beautiful. And you know, like over time, I believe this, like, okay, so somebody is beautiful, but honestly, you talk about them more, you remember them more because of the way they treat you, because of the way they make you feel. That is something that actually stays with people more than, you know,
just the looks.
I agree that looks is a very nice thing. It's lovely to see pleasant people, but you have to be a nice human being.
Absolutely.
You know, you have to make people feel good. You have to like, people have to love your what you stand for. Vibe. What you stand for. That's what really lasts. And Anarkali was quite a vibe. Like that. She's
Quite a
really
vibe.
cool.
Quite a vibe, and
Quite
she's
a vibe.
bringing that vibe.
I mean, imagine in the 16th century for a girl
Yeah.
who's a courtesan, who has nothing going for her, and she fell in love with another human heart. He happened to be the prince, but she took whatever came her way. That's a vibe. That's a very strong, fearless,
and she
spirited
fell for the
girl.
right reasons.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We need that kind of, I think, dedication in today's time of love.
सीखो कुछ.
है ना?
Genuinely मैं लगता है मुझे हर जगह, आज यहाँ पे राइट स्वाइप हो गया, वहाँ पे लेफ्ट साइड हो गया, तो कहीं और जाके चले जाते हो लोग. वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए ना. प्यार है, मोहब्बत है, जेन्युइनली थोड़ा मेहनत करो उसके लिए, है कि नहीं?
बिल्कुल
शिद्दत वाला मोहब्बत.
I agree.
है ना?
Yeah. Nothing more important than love.
Nothing more important than love, because I think it helps you remain sane, and you know, आपके daily life में भी, I think it keeps you in the right space of
Absolutely.
mind.
And everything can be solved with love.
And it's not just about, when we talk about love, dosto, it's not just talking about romantic love.
No.
I think family love, just being
Friends,
sorted in your right
family.
place, friends, everything compiled
Puppies,
into
कितने तरह के relationships होते हैं.
kittens.
kittens, everything. You know?
Everything.
It's not just human to human relation.
Yeah.
It's about everything.
For
you know?
people
It's with
who
things,
help you every
It's
day.
with small little things also.
Everything. Like,
Love is an approach.
Love is an approach. मैं
It's the
बताऊँ,
lens
love
that you
का-
see the world with.
Love का example बताऊँ, मेरा बचपन का 2 साल से कोई एक सॉफ्टवेयर था. I have still kept it because I
You have
feel
a
कि
connection.
it's not that I sleep with it daily, but
Yeah.
even if I do, that's not a big
Hugsy.
deal.
You're
But
joy.
वो रखा है मैंने just because I'm attached, so that is also love.
absolutely.
Yeah, but once you have it, then all those memories come back.
Of course, you know,
and-
you remain attached to it.
You know, I had teddy bears when I was growing up. My brother actually bought me, so I still have it. And those things mean a lot when you're a child, you know.
Yeah.
And growing up, and when you go back to those things,
Correct.
I mean, first of all, there's nothing like childhood, right?
Absolutely, वो हमेशा रहता है. The vibe is there. That's what I'm talking about. Vibe, you know. 40 साल के हो जाओ, 50 साल के हो, 60 साल के हो, childhood
Never.
वाला-
अंदर से तो हम बच्चे ही होते हैं हमेशा.
बच्चे ही तो होते हैं.
अंदर से
दिल
बच्चे
से
होते हैं.
बच्चे होते, दिल तो बच्चा है.
मेरी मम्मा भी अभी तक बच्चे हैं.
Yeah.
Never grow up, never grow up.
मुझे बताओ, ये जो हिस्ट्री है regarding Akbar and everything, we read about it in school. You know, different chapters, different emotions, different perspectives have been shown. You know, शायद किताबों में कुछ एक perspective रहता है किसी की तरफ से. You know, documentaries वगैरह में कुछ अलग perspective रहता है. आप लोग का हिस्ट्री में क्या इंटरेस्ट था? Because मैं जब बचपन में था, I used to really not like it at all. Like कि ये साल याद रखो, ये ABC and all that.
In my school, they used to call it social studies.
SST.
SST.
So what is SST?
SST is social studies.
Short form हो गया abbreviation.
S-
वो अलग से subject नहीं है.
Yes.
short form है.
Studies.
That's what I'm saying. S small t.
ST. हाँ.
S big S. small
correct.
T. Got it. Social studies, history. I mean, I never found a passion in education, to be very honest. I somehow I was always a very
That's
physical.
such a nice way to say I was a backbencher.
Yeah, actually, it's like
I was
aesthetically
sleeping in
putting it up.
class.
It's aesthetically putting it up.
Also all about the
Just say it
presentation,
again. Now I
David.
want to learn this line.
Ah,
What did
sikao,
you say?
sikao.
Say it
Abbe
again.
yaar,
I was never what? Seriously, I really want it.
What did I say, guys? It just
Come
came out
on.
naturally. I wasn't very.
Education.
I wasn't very.
I was never
passionate about it.
passionate
I was
about
never
my
ever
education.
passionate about educational. Yes, education.
Endeavors.
Endeavors. I had another word. I had another. Yeah, thank you.
Words आधे डालते रहो डिक्शनरी अलग से ही बनाएंगे.
ये देखो ऐसे भी हिस्ट्री भी ऐसी बनती है.
ऐसे
अभी
भी
इन्होंने
history.
बोला कुछ था, एक
याद
वर्ड
है.
इन्होंने डाल दिया. हिस्ट्री में
History
ऐसे
में
है.
ऐसे ही
Because we
बनती
can't
है.
remember the original now.
But what really fascinated me in life was, when I was a child, was besides the screen, it was for me it was mostly being fit, and it was being fast, and it was being able to jump the highest. You know, it was about. So I was a very sports oriented. And when I even got out of, I never went to university. I started actually working with my mom when I was 17, 18 years old. And then I joined the industry. So for me, this education didn't really mean much. So history or any other subject was just like I had to do it. I almost made a deal with my mom when I was like, I remember when I was like 12, 13 years old. My mom used to teach me, and it was social studies to be honest. And she was like, okay, you have to study this, SST. And I'm like, okay, I will study 2 pages. Right, that would be my deal. I can only go through 2 pages, even though but that was my limit. But if you tell me to do, go and play a sport, I'll do it for hours and hours.
अरे हाँ same.
Same.
100% हाई फाइव कर सकता हूँ.
High five like that in the air.
मैं तो क्या बोलते हैं वो जो एग्जाम्स वगैरह में जो बेसिकली यू कैन अवॉइड वो अवॉइड करता था जिसमें जनरली हैव टू पास इन ऑर्डर टू गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्लास. उसके लिए थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ लेते थे बट वो भी अलग अलग जो मैंने इतना कंफ्यूज किया है ना अपने जिंदगी
Dude, but you know the thing is, I've seen some people
Yeah.
who study the last moment and they get A's. I have no idea how
you know
to do that.
their input output ratio is actually better. You know, अगर आप देखोगे पूरे साल जो पढ़ाई करते हैं उनका वो एक आता है compared to say that 1 month or 1 week of study. I think उनका input output ratio is better ना उनका compared to ऐसे करके फटाक से
RAM
जल्दी जल्दी
also-
होमवर्क कर लेते.
जल्दी तुम क्या करते थे भाई मुझे बताओ हिस्ट्री में सबसे
यार
हाईएस्ट
मैं
मार्क्स तुम्हारा क्या है?
मैं तो मानता हूँ कि मैं अभी बच्चा हूँ. मेरा चाइल्डहुड अभी चल रहा है.
तुम अभी हिस्ट्री बनाओगे.
Till the day I die मेरा चाइल्डहुड चलता रहेगा. And what I truly believe is that मैं हिस्ट्री में कुछ 2-3 साल से इंटरेस्टेड हूँ थोड़ा बहुत. बिकॉज अब जाके तो इतनी समझ आई है इंसानों के बारे में कि थोड़ा बहुत तुम पढ़ के समझ सकते हो कि where someone must have been. So yeah, तो हिस्ट्री में बचपन में बिल्कुल धेले का इंटरेस्ट नहीं था.
I mean, nowadays when you're like, let's say right now, the previous interview that we had, I mean, he answered most of the Mughal Empire, the questions that they asked
अच्छा
him.
कुछ क्विज था क्या उसका?
Yeah, there was some quiz, and so basically he knew most of the answers. To be very honest, he forgot to
करके
put
आया
his
बंदा.
buzzer, but he knew most of his answers.
पढ़ाई करके आया बंदा.
नहीं किया and he did research. No, I've seen him on set also. Whatever it was, his performance or at least his research was always done to point. Right, he always made it a point to do the research, to do the reading, and then come on set. There's many times I have gotten information from him which I respect, and you know, I think that's one of the good qualities of him. So please give him more jobs.
एक और ताली इनके लिए बजा दो प्लीज. तो आप उन्होंने आपको सही इन्फॉर्मेशन दी, आपने रिटर्न में क्या दिया?
इन्होंने मुझे बहुत कुछ दिया है.
क्या बताओ.
हार्ड वर्क सिखाया है इन्होंने मुझे. इन्होंने सिखाया कि कैसे शूट से पहले उठ के अपना पूरा दिन खत्म कर लो, भाई तुम्हारा वर्कआउट है जो भी है, और उसके बाद अपना वो करो ताकि खाली प्रोफेशनली ना ग्रो करो, पर्सनली भी अपनी एक लाइफ रखो, और देयर इज समथिंग दैट यू लाइक एंड यू हैव टू गेट डन विद दैट पार्ट ऑफ द डे.
तो एक साथ वर्कआउट पुशअप मारा एक साथ?
यार वो मेरी बस की बात नहीं है, बहुत ज्यादा
अलग दिखते ही है वो.
हाँ मतलब वो मैं इनके साथ तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा वर्कआउट.
But I've told him to come. Just yesterday I told you have to come.
Yeah, I will.
train with me.
करो.
I will come.
Today also when I was coming in for interviews, these guys started later than me. He was, I think he'd come back from a workout.
Yeah, 2 hours. I went at 7.
You know, अभी इसने
So I'm in
बोला
the
he'll
lift.
come. His eyes are telling you not come.
नहीं I will.
Genuinely बता दो.
मुझे
सच बता दो.
बहुत
मैं बड़ा भाई हूँ ना, मैं इसको लेकर आऊंगा.
अरे हाँ.
मुझे एक किरदार दे दो जिसके लिए मुझे करना पड़े, तो मैं 100% करूँगा.
हाँ, terms and conditions attached है, ऐसे नहीं आएंगे.
I mean that's a good approach, but I've always feel that just being prepared in advance always helps you out. In any form, you don't have to become some kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything.
Yeah.
But just being on the path so that you, I mean, my teacher, my guru, always said that your body should be able to adapt to any form of action.
That's what Nasir sir also
any
says.
form of dance, any form of movement, whether it be Laban therapy, whether it be the Alexander, the way you stand in dance, whatever it is, if you know it, at least then you can utilize it in life.
Correct.
So you might not be a pro. I mean, I might be a jack of all trades and maybe not, you know what I mean, but like I
You're
try
also a
and,
master of all. I believe in that. Jack of all trades, master of all भी होता है. There's nothing like master of none.
in time
होता है, of course.
ये इन्होंने जो बोला मुझे एक चीज समझ नहीं आई.
No.
लबान
See, you know,
therapy.
हाँ वो क्या है वो थोड़ा.
Laban therapy is a movement in acting. It's activate your emotions and your things by a movement, which is a form of dance, but not as performance oriented. For me, when you say dance would be performance. You know, some people dance just because they make them feel happy. That's a different kind of a dance. For me, dance is like, okay, perform. You know what I mean? So that's it.
You know, मैं अभी 20 मिनट के लिए आया हूँ एपिसोड शूट करने के लिए. यहाँ पे I've learned this new thing. तो तुमने तो शूट किया है भाई. तुमने क्या क्या सीखा होगा?
बहुत कुछ सीखा है मैंने. इन सबसे बहुत कुछ सीखा है. All of them are. मैं बोलता ही हूँ कि मैं असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर था. इन लोगों के साथ मतलब like I've picked up from everyone and they don't even know what I've picked up. But I've literally picked up things from everyone.
But you grow as you grow in your career. वो सबको दिखेगा कि this is something that has been picked up from my personality.
Yeah.
दिखेगा. वो दिखना भी
Nasir
चाहिए.
sir also says this very beautiful thing that an actor needs to have a neutral body. So that they can basically go to any side. If you're playing, narratives can be about regular common people who have never seen the gym, and they can be about people who are fighting for the country.
Yeah.
Malibu.
It's
Completely Malibu.
So an actor needs to be right at the center, having access to both. So yeah, that is what I strive for.
Very good. Body से मुझे याद है ये सवाल important है. You know, अभी के time पे of course the kind of lifestyle that we have, the kind of the way we live our lives, I think वो अलग होता है. But उस time में when we talk about history, we're used to seeing all the characters maybe walk in a certain way. एक जो maybe क्या कहते हैं उसको तहजीब I think is what, और लिहाज जिस तरीके से they remain, the body language is quite different, you know. So maybe an Aditi Rao Hydari while walking in the ramp cannot be the same like how an Aditi Rao Hydari is when she's playing Anarkali. So these body language वाले छोटे-छोटे inputs से how difficult was it, or maybe easy because of your work experience वगैरह, to actually adapt that in your personality, because it kind of sometimes even remains even after you're done shooting. So how do you bifurcate that? उस टाइम पे कैसे बैलेंस किया वगैरह and everything? It's a question for all of you.
When he mentioned what you just said about what Nasir sir said about having a neutral body, actually that really struck a chord because when I started dancing when I was 5 and I learned Bharatanatyam.
Yeah.
And what happens when you've been dancing is that you have a particular kind of body, you hold your body a particular way, you know. And especially the training I got, I learned from Leela Sampson. She's from Kalakshetra.
Yeah, I love her.
So it's she's lovely. So it's a particular kind of training, you know. And one of the first pieces of work I'd done was with Master Ji Saroj Khan. And she used to always say certain things to me, and very lovingly, but she used to say it. And I always had a habit of everything, my hand would go up, because in Bharatanatyam you always put your hand up. And your back is always really straight. She would always say, relax your back, relax your back. And that is something I really had to learn to do, is to relax my back and just be normal, so that I didn't always walk like, there was somebody holding me up like I was about to do some ballet pirouette or something. So it's something that I learned how to do. But in when you're doing something like an Anarkali or whatever, because she's a dancer, and also because, as you said, it's like, it's period, and there is a certain tehzeeb and a certain, with and formality, which you conduct yourself.
So much grace.
Absolutely.
That too.
But you're graceful offset also.
Naturally. Elegance मैंने
Like,
पहले ही बोला था.
like
Let's make a blush again. चलो तारीफ का सिलसिला चालू करते हैं.
full on. Like even when she addresses you, it's like so soft and so like it's never shrill, it's never loud. I think that's why she
Except when I'm
hates it.
playing a game, right?
Even then, यार.
कौन सा गेम खेल?
हम तो जाहिल.
To win the hampers.
To
win the hampers.
तब जाके
you don't shriek.
focus.
Like if you sit next to her, ऐसे लगेगा तुम स्कूल ही नहीं गए हो. Because she's so, and she's also gone to a very special school, I remember.
Yeah.
Krishnamurti.
Where the education system was very different.
Yeah, which is
Krishnamurti.
why I'm
Different
always
as in?
dreaming. It was like you grow up around nature and there's no exams and everybody's just really good
She
to
was
each
in
other.
Wonderland, basically.
Yeah,
ये-
basically
ये-
Alice, and she was in
ये
Wonderland.
सब स्कूल किधर होते हैं भाई? No exams वाले मेरे को मालूम था.
No, we had in class 9 and all we had, but till then
उसके
we
पहले
don't
तक नहीं
have. So you didn't ask me about history, no? You didn't ask me what I was doing. I used to sit, like, look outside the window and dream about a world which was basically on my history class was basically a Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie. That's what was happening. So
Manifest हो गया था.
Manifest हो गया था actually, मैं वही देख रहा हूँ.
dates are being thrown at you, but you are thinking of emotion and dance and music. and
Literature.
yeah,
तब
it's
मन में
lovely.
इनके सपने आ रहे थे कि इतने साल 23 में जाके हीरा मंडी आएगा.
मम्मा आपने मुझे क्यों नहीं भेजा है स्कूल में यार?
वो भी भेजेंगे. School there's what do you call
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
कि
No,
it's never too late to learn and it's never too late to adapt to certain things, right? मैं last question आप तीनों
She
से.
just gave me that look that it's too late for you though.
If she feels that way, देखो भाई मैं कुछ नहीं
You
कर
can why you can go. It's never too late.
Now she's being very sweet and kind. But let me get this very straight. One question I have to ask regarding Dharmendra sir. जो video था, trailer था जो था, I think it was there for just one scene in the trailer. But in that one scene itself,
Solid.
impact. It's like 100 के बराबर.
Yeah.
You know, when stalwarts like a Nasiruddin Shah who comes from Pillar, there's a Dharmendra sir over there as well. There's a lot of positive energy radiating on sets. मतलब वहाँ से आधा energy तो वही बढ़ जाता है. So in terms of interactions अगर कुछ हुआ हो, maybe learnings because the senior veteran, he comes with a whole pool, lot of experience, maybe
Yeah,
suggestions.
we were
वगैरह.
unfortunate, man. Never got to work with
नहीं
them,
हुआ?
sir. वो हमने, I mean, I guess all of us,
None
we
of us
just
did,
met
yeah.
met him on the logo launch. उन्होंने सारे scenes नसीर सर के साथ किए. उन्होंने बोला छोटे लोग के साथ हम लोग.
मैं वेब साइट पे गया था उनका सीन देखने.
अच्छा.
ये तो घर भी पहुंच गए जनाब.
Yeah.
Fandom और प्यार यही होता है. That is what it is. You should show that kind of passion.
Funny.
Stalker Shubham.
ये यूजर नेम रखो अपना इंस्टाग्राम पे.
Stalker Shubham.
स्टॉकर शुभम रख दो.
ठीक.
No. Enthu cutlet.
Sweet Shubham. Sweet Shubham is one. But क्या
He's
हुआ when you
Enthu
saw him on sets? घर पे गए उस कहानी
यार
तो
एक तो उनके
बताओ.
हाथ इतने बड़े हैं कि वैसे ही मतलब आदमी बोलता है कि ये कौन सा मतलब आटा खाते हैं यार. What does he? Because he's such a handsome man, yaar. And there's so much glow on his
Original
face.
He-Man ऐसे ही नहीं बोलते ना उसको.
Yeah,
उनको.
he's
His
really
eyes just
handsome.
like he's so. Yeah.
Very endearing, very
Very
cute.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
जब भी वो stage पे आते ना, I mean, I've seen him twice on stage actually. So the first, I mean, this is the second time I saw him, but we all saw him sitting down. Just always smiling.
So sweet. Yeah.
And
He's always excited as to what's next. Ask me something. Or, you know, and that's such an incredible energy just to, see him. He's got a vibe too. He's got a crazy vibe.
Yeah.
He is the vibe. He's got a vibe. नहीं, he is the vibe.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
the OG.
He is the OG. हाँ, गोट बोलते हैं ना जिसको G-O.
Dude, I remember movies where he would catch bullets in his hands, man. I'm like, damn, bro.
अलग-अलग scene है, अलग-अलग. देखो original He-Man वो ऐसे ही नहीं बोलते ना उनको. There's a reason why we call
You
him
saw
that.
वो कौन सी film थी where he was, they showed his thighs and Anil Sharma.
Hercules.
नहीं.
हरकू पुत्र.
हरकू पुत्र?
या उसमें उनकी मम्मा बोलती थी उनको हरकू पुत्र.
क्या बात कर रहे
क्या
हैं?
नाम क्या था मूवी का किसको मालूम है?
Hercules, I think.
याद है किसी को मूवी का नाम?
Veer. I mean, so Salman when he was shooting Veer, he said,
Yeah, these big thighs.
make me like Dharam Paji. So in that film, so I love that film. It was Urdu. It was on. It was like Gladiator. It was on that kind of lines.
My mother made me watch like when I said ऐसे करके that I wanted to be an actor. My mother literally was like, there was a Shyam Benegal retrospective. I was sent for that. There's Satyajit Ray was sent for that.
Wow,
There's,
man.
this
What a-
Bimal Roy, I was sent for that. Akira Kurosawa sent for that.
Wow.
And then in that Doran, I saw Bandini.
No.
That is
Bandini?
Yeah. Bimal Roy's.
I think Bicycle Thief is
right,
by
yeah?
Akira Kurosawa, right?
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Akira Kurosawa was Seven Samurai.
Yeah. And
So
Mother
Bicycle Thief
Dio,
was-
Seven
Bicycle
Samurai.
Thief was Federico Fellini.
Are you sure?
सारे
Yeah.
cinephiles.
Guys, Bandini is
Can
Dharam
check
sir
it.
and this thing,
हाँ,
na?
चलो वो बंदिनी को लेके बात करते
कोई फोन नहीं
हाँ,
निकाल रहा।
international
No,
नहीं
no,
जाते अभी
it is.
हाँ, international नहीं जाते
Nutan ji was in it? Bandini.
बट एक धर्म सर के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं एक उनका आई थिंक कुछ जो जब पहले बॉम्बे आए थे उन्होंने कुछ आई थिंक सोशल मीडिया में डाला था कुछ जुहू बीच में उनका कुछ फोटोशूट हुआ था मॉडलिंग का व्हिच ही वाज यूजिंग दोस फोटोग्राफ्स एज अ व्हाट डू कॉल दैट पोर्टफोलियो तो वो फोटोज जो मैंने देखे ना तब आई रियलाइज कि ही इज 10x मोर हैंडसम देन अ लॉट ऑफ यंग हीरोज ऑफ टुडेस
He's
टाइम
more handsome than all of us combined.
एग्जैक्टली
Even now.
मैं वही बोल रहा था अभी भी अगर वो इमेजिन इन
Stage पे हमें कोई नहीं देख रहा था लोगों ने.
देखेंगे भी नहीं ना धर्म सर अलग लेवल है but that is what it is but I hope you get that kind of love at least close to that is the kind of efforts that you guys are
We'll do that kind of work. We will get that
of
kind of
course
work.
of course
Jai Jai.
efforts dedications appreciation all comes hand in hand parallelly जाता है on that note guys 3rd March is the date Taj divided by blood
Please watch it.
please watch it
Stay at home, watch Taj, support all of us, and please give us all the love because हम प्यार के
भूखे हैं
And we made a beautiful show for all of you.
हाँ तो स्टे एट होम, अपने होम पे रहो, किसी और के होम में रहो, किधर भी रहो, लेकिन देखो अच्छे से देखो, shout them with a lot of love and affection because I think they deserve it with all the hard work that they have put. Guys, that's a wrap on the Bollywood Talk Show today on IWMBuzz. This is your host Shubhajit signing off. We'll see you again with another interesting episode very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.